Hey guys, so I'm just going to go a little bit more in depth on reducers. So let's just go ahead and go back up here. This is just giving us examples, so let's actually go to the main Cilk Plus website, go back to the documentation, and go here to reducers. Nope, next. That's not it. Yeah, this is just giving you an example. Okay, here we go. So, how the reducers work. Basically, what it's doing is for each thread it's creating a view. So, when you spawn a new thread, or when a thread steals work from whatever work needs to be done in the scheduler, it will create a copy or a view of whatever that reducer is. And then what it's going to do is once all the threads are done, each of those views are going to be combined into the reducer. So once you call that get value right here, this is going to combine all of the views from all of the threads that we calculated the sum from, and it's going to add them together. And basically, that type of implementation is always going to be available in a reducer. So you could easily change the operation to be subtract or multiply. So if we used multiply, this would be fib product dot get value. But then it would be op multiply instead of op add, and we would have to specify our own reducer. But that's a little bit beyond the scope of this explanation. Basically, what this guy does is, yeah, for every single thread, you have a different copy of the sum. And then once every single thread returns, it still has a record of each of those views for the sum. So until you call get value, it doesn't put those numbers together. And then when you do, it does put them together, but it also does them in the serial order that it would be. So like if you were to use, instead of sum, if you were to go into the website again and look at a different example, I think it's all the way back in the Cilk Plus website, but if you were to use a list append, and you were to do it with the letters of the alphabet, it will do it in the correct order. So instead of having, if you wanted to print out the list after appending each character, if you wanted to print them in order in the alphabet, it would still work because the reducer also keeps a record of the order in which things were added or appended in this case. So you don't have to worry about, yeah, here's the example where it's in order, but if you're not using it properly, you'll get it in a really weird order. So yeah, that's basically just a general, more in-depth explanation of reducers and the way they work.